With nothing said, I just want to remind you that if you want to join our crypto pack and become a member of our little community that's growing in number every day, subscribe to the channel and be notified on our next video. It is completely free and it could be valuable. If you want to tip the dinosaur, find out how and where in the description of this video. And now, let's see what's happening in the crypto space. Our top coins in the green. Mainly, Bitcoin still flying around at $18,000 levels, but a little brother Litecoin is surging almost 10%. For now, for the past few days, Litecoin is leading the markets. And now I want to head to the Zilliqa chart, because this is our today's topic. Long-term approach versus three main opponents: US dollar, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Let's head to the charts. As I said, we are taking the biggest approach, long-term view, so vice versa. We are talking about the monthly chart of Zilliqa. First opponent, US dollar. Why I am showing you this chart? Well, if you watch my previous videos, where we predicted the price for this and the next year, a few levels is catching the beholder's eye. A critical support at 0.01 US dollars, so 1 cent, and even more critical resistance at 2 cents. And this is it. We talked about it many times. This is the support that should not be broken. And also, this is a resistance that we are waiting to get broken. After that, Zilliqa's price is flying almost to the moon. If you follow this channel by now, it's almost clear to you that this action from 2018 and 19 is just replicating itself again in this fractal. So this is it. And by the probability, since this was a downward trajectory, this time we will have an upward trajectory and a fierce bull market. So in here you saw how the price on the travel to the downside made a significant pause of about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. So take into account, every candle that you see on this chart is a monthly candle. And right now we are having the same situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will that be enough or a few more candles until the breach to the upside? We will see. Zilliqa awaits. Volume is not giving us much, because as you can see, from the middle of this year, we are just declining in volume. But it is great, because once the volume came, it will break us this resistance. Hopefully, not this support, but resistance. Moving averages. Well, how about charting the simplest form of moving average? A 10-month moving average. And he is telling us a story. We never touched it. Look at this. And here maybe lies our answer. When will Zilliqa move? In the month when one of these candles touch the 10-month moving average. This is the point of conjunction and point if we assume this trajectory of the 10-month moving average. Somewhere in here they will meet, and on that crossover price will skyrocket, because at that time the price will use moving average as a support, and this is by far the greatest support. Moving averages, 10-month moving average, very important. One more thing to point out: bullish crossover that happened around September of this year, 2 months ago, indicating a start of a bull market. Now let's head to the weekly chart to see if we can get more details. On the weekly chart, same story. 2 cents resistance and 1 cent support. Everything is followed by the teeth. Volume declining, awaiting a breakout. So time will tell, will we touch first the resistance and try to break it, or back to the support. As I said, time will tell. Generally, Zilliqa and all the other altcoins are waiting that altcoin season that is coming faster and is closer every single day. 20-week moving average. Well, after a few weeks, we are finally above it. Is this a setup to the upside? It could be, because as you can see here, we breached 20-week, fell below, then tried to go again to the upside, and by then failed to do that and hovered below it. At this time, Zilliqa price, it was still pretty weak. But are we gaining a new strength, momentum? It could be. This is our first candle above 20-week. Let's wait to see the new developments of price versus this moving average. 50-week, a very bullish crossover of 20-week versus 50-week. As on the monthly, on the weekly also, we could be using at some time in the future this 50-week as a support. So as the moving average itself go on the upward trajectory, we could be touching it at one point and make a bounce that we all are waiting for. But enough of American dollar. We don't like fiats anyway. Let's head to the Bitcoin chart. On the monthly chart of Zilliqa versus Bitcoin, still no developments, but this was a real bottom. It really looks like super bottom. Zilliqa saw signs of life versus Bitcoin from the May of this year, but still not enough. I will just point you out this resistance that will give us some problems in the future. But as things stand, these are not our biggest problems for now. Let's first come to this line and then talk about it making us a problem. Volume not so great from the May, in the declining stage, awaiting a big breakout. 10-month moving average. Well, this is a curious case, I must say. Look at this. As we climbed with this candle above it, we spent some time, but now it seems like we are going below it again. Okay, the month is not over, but if we close below this line, yeah, it still will be pretty bearish sign for Zilliqa versus Bitcoin. Even 20-month moving average when charted is not giving us any hope. But what is giving us hope is this. Ladies and gentlemen, what could save Zilliqa versus Bitcoin is a crossover of 10-month versus 20-month. A bullish crossover is about to happen, or should we say it is happening right this month. So although Zilliqa is looking very weak versus Bitcoin, this crossover could be saving it. And now let's get to the weekly chart. Weekly chart is giving us the same thing, of course, but a little detailed sign of resistance that could be making us problems in the future. And you can see that we are traveling in this channel to the downside. There you go. It could be kinda bull flaggish. Volume is declining, waiting for a breakout. So we must first await a breakout of this downward channel, break this resistance, and after that fly high. So in short term, after we break this downward channel, let's look at this line and a possible break of resistance. Against Bitcoin, not looking so good. 20-week moving average. It served us right here as a support but couldn't hold for long. And now it's a resistance. So on the way up, be prepared for some resistance. 50-week moving average. The light at the end of the tunnel could be this bullish crossover of the 20-week and the 50-week. It seems that at the current times, Zilliqa is trying to find support at these levels of the 50-week moving average. Let's wait and see, will this little bump on the road once again become this or even this. It is achievable. Altcoin seasons can crush any price. How about we clash Zilliqa versus Ethereum? After all, those are altcoins. So, Zilliqa versus Ethereum on the monthly scale. Yes, this is a monthly chart. Well, it had a pretty bounce, and now as the volume is showing against every pair, it just awaits a breakout of this could be bullish structure. Support. Well, in the 2018, this was a significant level. We breached it, so I'm afraid it will become a resistance now. Another support that could save us is this. A resistance in the bear market of Zilliqa versus Ethereum could now become a support, right? So for now, also weak. Ethereum is having an upper hand. Between this resistance and this support, anything could be happening. But with some volume, it could be breakable to the upside. Our 10-month moving average, I'm afraid, lost the ground. As you can see here, it was a support, but just this month it decided, nah, I will not hold it. It came below it. Will this occur in a bearish sense? Well, 20-month moving average is also saying, yep, pretty bearish stuff. Why? Well, this is a 20-month and the price now got below the 10 and below the 20. This is a pretty bearish thing, but pretty bullish thing, you probably guessed it. We are about to have our crossover, bullish crossover. 10 week will go above the 20 week. And this is where the bull market or the outperformer Zilliqa could have an upper hand versus Ethereum. Let's head to the weekly. This is a detailed approach, a weekly chart on the long term. Levels of support and resistance are the most significant on the monthly, but also on the weekly. For example, this is the line that we talked on the monthly. It served us here as a support, but now when it's breached, it will make us some problems. Now on the weekly, we can see some support that monthly didn't show us quite well. So you can see where the Zilliqa found its support on this trend line. Okay, some light at the end of the tunnel after all. Same thing, declining volume, also very low volume, changing versus Ethereum on the weekly scale. Also in the future, this high of this year will be a pretty big resistance. See the inflections point here, here, and even here some battle of the prices. So if we get, when we get above this channel, keep a close eye on this resistance. 20 week moving average, pretty bearish setup. Never even hold support on it after this move. So 50 week, let's just erase all this to see clearly. Same thing, not giving us a great setup. So I must say, Zilliqa versus Ethereum looking very weak. Its best setup is, as I saw it, versus American dollar. Although we are having this bullish crossover of the 20 week versus 50 week, these moving averages have trouble holding strong support. Look at this. Here barely holding, but now some bounce, and now the same thing. Will it bounce and break this 20 week? Could be. Nothing bullish about this picture except this crossover of the 20 or the 50. But let's not be bearish and judgmental before it crosses below the 50 week moving average. It has its trajectory, but it can change very quickly. Do you agree with me or disagree? If you like it, smash the thumb up, no harm in that. And if you don't like it, I will suggest you one of these videos, because there you will be finding something interesting. And until the next time, bye.